I'm sorry you lost. I'm happy you won, but I'm sorry you lost. Dana White was really mean to you. Andrei Arlovski did nothing to. Dana White was really mean to you. Andrei Arlovski did nothing to. He had a tough weekend. His face is half swollen. Tough weekend. His face is half swollen. I don't like looking at you on that side, Mariah Carey.
Sorry.
Do me a favor and wear that non-existent
I look
hair
like
over
Quagmire.
that face.
I look like Quagmire
You
right
know
now.
my friend Half Face, everybody?
I look like Elephant Man.
Right. Hey, guys, want to be a fighter? It's a lot of fun. Headbutts.
Headbutts.
Your jaw is officially not broken.
Not broken. Nothing. The reason it got swollen was from a headbutt. So a lot of people are, obviously this episode of the Fight on the Kids gonna be majority of the Arlovski fight, correct?
We're gonna address questions.
We'll start there, and then I'm sure we'll take it from there.
Sure.
So
before we do that,
before we go anywhere, before we do anything, let me read this stuff off. Let's take my bias, your bias out of it. Let's take all that out. The Fight on the Kid, you're one of my best friends. Let's take that all out. I'll read you guys some stuff, and then we'll just take it from there. That's all we're going to do. I'm just going to read you these scores, and then we will take it from there. This is every MMA major media outlet, how they scored the fight. Sheerdog, 28-29 Schaub. MMA Oddsbreaker, 28-29 Schaub. SevereMMA.com, 28-29 Schaub. Bloody Elbow, 28-29 Schaub. Again, Sheerdog, 27-30 Schaub. MMA Weekly, 27-30 Schaub. Bleacher Report, 27-30 Schaub. MMAfighting.com, 27-30 Schaub. MMA Junkie, 27-30 Schaub. Fight Network, 27-30 Schaub.
Okay, so what you're trying to say?
Hold on. Let me get this out.
What
let me get this out. And this is being unbiased. These are sheer numbers talking here. Daniel Cormier, I'd say he's pretty knowledgeable on the situation.
Yeah.
Tweets out, "This has got to change. Brendan Schaub won that fight." Kenny Florian, exact same thing. Rashad Evans, exact same thing. And if that doesn't sway your opinion, Andrei Arlovski interview Ariel Helwani, "I did not win that fight. Brendan Schaub won that fight."
And to Andrei Arlovski's credit, it seems to me that obviously the judging has to change because you got boxing judges who don't know MMA probably. I don't know what the problem is. That's one of the problems, right?
Yeah, and listen, this isn't a Diego Ross Pearson thing here. I'm not that naive. I'm not that stupid. I don't have that big of an ego to say it was that big of a deal. The first round was close. The first round was very close. Let me again read off these Fight Matrix numbers where, and these are just numbers. This isn't me being biased. These are just sheer, straight up numbers. Round one, Andrei Arlovski landed 5 of 14 punches. I landed 5 punches, 5 of 17. So that's put it up in the air. He held me against the fence. I guess you could say maybe octagon control for him. Let's give Andrei the first round. Okay. I guess if you want to sway it that way, let's just give him the first round. That's fine. This is me being totally honest. Second round, I landed 10 of 27 and a takedown. He landed 6 of 27. So just sheer numbers there.
Okay.
All right. Second round would have to go to Brendan Schaub.
I would imagine. I was there.
Third round, as we continue, Andrei Arlovski landed 1 punch. Brendan Schaub landed 15 of 44.
Jesus.
With a takedown and had top position for 3 minutes and 26 seconds.
Yeah.
So third round would,
I
would imagine in most judges' eyes.
So we know. I mean, I don't think anybody.
I'm just getting this out. Let me finish, Brian. I'm just getting this stuff out there. So that's whatever. Bias, whatever. Was it the most exciting fight? No, by all means. And this is just me being 100% real. I expected Andrei, if you look at tape of Andrei in previous fights, Andrei's a more of a pressure fighter. He's more of a pressure fighter. I'm a back foot counter fighter. So I guess you could say it's my fault for not switching up the game plan to apply more pressure on him and force him to fight me and open up.
That's what you would have done differently?
Because by not forcing him to open up and forcing him to come forward and force him to fight, it was just like this weird kind of is dance, what you got. Yeah. So I think the frustration for the fans, and it's frustrating for me too, is when you get that, when you're expecting one thing, and that's me. I got to adapt to that. I should have been more aggressive as far as takedowns. I gave him way too much respect in takedowns. My grappling wrestling is light years better than his, and we saw that in the third round. I should have went for more takedowns, and that would have set up the overhand right. So I guess it's a little frustrating. Listen, I've never been on the bad side of a decision like this. It's easy for people to say, and this is a common theme around the UFC, within the UFC is, don't leave it to the judges. Don't leave it to the judges. Don't ever let it go to the judges.
Wow, that's
well, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me talk about this. In what other major sport can you say that? Yeah. What other major sport can you say, bro, don't listen. Hey, listen, LeBron, Tim Duncan, man, don't let it come down to the last second shot. Don't let it come down to a foul because these refs, man. Yeah. No. It's fully professional. We're not worried about if it's a critical call. We're depending on them being educated and being professional. And if it does go to the judges' cards, because at a very high level, most likely it's going to go to the judges' scorecards. Right. In boxing, the reason why it goes to judges' decision most of the time is because it's such a high level and they're so well-rounded as far as, and they've seen it all. A lot of time you're going to a decision. So you can't blame it on that. Don't let it go to judge's decision. That's not good enough anymore, right, man. That's not good enough. And the change should have started with Ross Pearson, Diego Sanchez. I'm not in that same boat. This fight was not like that. It was not a straight ass whooping for 3 minutes and, you know what I'm saying, 3 rounds of 15 minutes. It wasn't like that. However, it was a horrible decision. However you paint it, it was a bad decision.
Would you say now that you're looking at the fight and you say you wanted to provide more pressure, where I know you want to take a break,
and I'm not a pressure fighter,
right? So where do you go from here as far as, like, do you readjust your approach? Do you train differently? Does it depend on the fighter you're going to face? We know what you would have done differently. You would have provided more pressure. You would have trying to take him down more. You would have engaged more, whatever it was. How does that affect your training in the future?
It doesn't. No one trains harder than me. No one trains more than me. It just maybe there's a little bit of ring rest. 9 months is too long. Mm-hmm. I can't wait that long in between fights. And
did you feel
that? And that's a number of things.
What did you feel?
And as far as the cuts go, you can't. And I try to tell people this, and this is also being educated on mixed martial arts and fighting. You can't judge a fight based off damage to the face. I cut very easily. I've always cut easy my entire career. The cut over my eye, just most people don't know this. Monday morning, I got a cut over my eye, and I had makeup on so the commission couldn't see it so I could fight. I had full makeup on all week. When you see me in the media, all that full makeup on to hide it from the media. So I knew that cut was going to open. So that was previous to there. My jaw, it's just swollen. It's already come down now. Yeah. It looks like I'm storing a pack of sunflower seeds, but it's already coming down now. You got your
seeds for the winter, bro.
Yeah, I got my seeds for the winter, right?
Talked. By the way, I want to apologize to Big Brown Schaub for we had an amazing show at the Orphan.
Oh, no, let me talk about this. So Friday night, good buddies Joe Rogan and Bryan coming in town. They're doing a big show in Vancouver. You assume they're going to take care of Big Brown coming in before his fight. Yeah. I have 12 people with me. I have my family and my team with me.
2,700 people.
27 sold out arena. Yeah. I was promised tickets way before this. It's whatever. I'm not making this up. First of all, I get there. My team has tickets. My family doesn't have tickets. So that's what, and I'm dealing with this. And I'm at Will Call getting swamped by people. Swamped, man. So I'm agitated. I'm sweating. I'm fucking agitated because I got to fight Andrei Arlovski the next morning or the next day, and I have to deal with this. Worst nightmare possible. So I just send Bryan a text. Hey, bro, tickets aren't at Will Call for my family. Rogan sends someone up. They take care of it. I get my tickets. We're walking up. I'm not making this up. I had the worst seats in the arena. I was top left corner, balcony. And I had to leave early because I was scrunched in so tight, my knees and legs went numb. However, this is the cool thing about sitting up there. and Tony told you this.
Yeah.
This isn't me bragging. This is Tony telling you this. When I was walking through the crowd, people stood up, standing ovation, started chanting Big Brown. We're talking about
love it.
600-700 people in the top level doing this.
We got some
and I
fans.
stood there and took pictures for I don't know how long.
Oh, that's amazing.
It brought tears to my eyes, man. It really did. I listen. Is this a setback? Man. You know, when you win a fight like this and the judges go like that, it depends how the UFC views it. Obviously, Dana White's upset. He's an emotional guy. We all know this. That's what I sign up for. That really doesn't bother me. You always want to impress the boss, stuff like that. But this is what you sign up for.
Yeah.
When you get a heavyweight fight, if someone's not getting knocked out, he's not happy. If someone's not getting put to sleep, he's not happy. Unless you sit in front of each other like Bigfoot Silva and Mark Hunt and slug each other in the face and take brain damage. Listen, his favorite fighter is Diego Sanchez.
Yeah.
Right? His favorite fighter is Diego Sanchez. Let me tell you something. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a good thing. Listen, I love watching Diego fight. 10 years from now, what are we doing? Well, you know what I'm saying? 10 years from now, is that what Diego's, are Diego and Dana going to be hanging out? It's great. It's his favorite, brother.
Dana's responsible for creating an exciting spectacle.
It's entertainment. It's all it is. Entertainment.
And if he doesn't
sales.
do that, then his business model, he's responsible to the fans.
I get it 100%.
You always talk about this as well, and so very very often I would imagine you could say, without being unfair to anybody, that sometimes his responsibility and his interest is not necessarily the interest of your brain. And so he wants a defensive fighter is probably not going to be his favorite fighter. He wants you to engage and get in there and slaughter.
Listen, you look at the history of the UFC. Every guy's been criticized. You look at Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre. Everyone's been criticized except for probably Ronda. However, everyone's been criticized in the UFC. Frank Mir, he's been one of the best heavyweights ever. Everyone. It's just what.
And he is an emotional guy. One of the things I like about Dan is he just says it. He just shouts it and then he's fine. It's like, I always feel like
I think it's good and bad. Listen, Dana is very passionate about it and he says stuff and he obviously has the media outlets to do it. So it's good and bad because the reason he's so passionate is why the sport's gone as far as it has. At the same time, can you imagine the commissioner of the NBA saying LeBron James is a choke artist coming out in the post fight? You know what I'm saying? LeBron just lost his the finals and him going, LeBron James choke artist. It's just it's different. It's fighting, so it's different.
Yeah, it's different. Well, look, Dan is a very colorful guy, and he is, like you said, a lot of the reason why. Like I was talking to him, and he's hard on himself. He's hard on himself.
You have to be.
And I said, yeah, you're hard on yourself, but take a look at what you've created. I kind of just like motioned to the entire crowd. He was like, well, thanks, but he's very hard. I think he's as hard on himself a lot of times as he is on other people. And that's a tough boss to have sometimes,
I think that's what you want. You want him to have high expectations.
Yeah.
Now, as far as me taking the heat for this fight, listen, I'm when it comes to Andrei Arlovski or me in the media, I definitely have more of a media presence, right? So to call me out, it makes sense, Listen, for the UFC to have another horrible decision like this as a black guy for the sport, yeah, you're not seeing a lot of tweets right now about Andrei Arlovski win or anything like that, right? And you see zero, so it's just a bad look for the sport.
Yeah. Where does Arlovski go from here?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I really haven't thought about it. I know. Listen, I'd go train right now if I could, but I have these damn stitches in the swollen face, so I can't.
Well, you're going to take a break. In fact, I want to just say that there was a piece of a waffle. We were at the coffee. We were here in Fox Sports. We were at the coffee place.
Delicious.
And on the counter, not on a plate, on the counter was a piece of a waffle. And I go, that's a weird piece of waffle. So we get coffee, and as I'm walking back, I hear, and I look up, and I'm like,
I ate the shit out of that shitty waffle.
Over here with his good side is yanking away at
Two-Face over there.
tearing away at this stale waffle. I was like, bro,
banana walnut, bro.
Banana walnut. I go, everything all right? He goes, it's delicious. I go, is that piece of waffle sitting on the old counter? He's like, sure is. He's back.
He's
the
back.
Kid is back. Lest you think he's got a broken jaw. He can tear into a.
You know what I look. You know what I look
nobody's
like right now.
beeswax.
We went to dinner last night at Scopa, and you screwed over Tony. By the way,
I sure did.
First of all, Brian goes, bro, I'm taking everyone out to dinner. You know, we go to Scopa, one of our favorite restaurants.
Credit card's declined.
Abbott Kenny. His credit card gets declined. Tony has to pay for the whole thing. Nice $600 dinner.
He had cash too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Tony only rolls with cash.
I got to drive by Box and Burn.
You got to drop the money off.
And drop
the juice is running,
$500.
my man. The juice is running.
I don't want him knocking on my door. Hey, Tony, here's your $500. You're welcome for the wine.
You don't want that, man. You don't want that at all. How about I think the biggest positive we took out of this, how about the fans tweeting Dana White and Bruce Buffer for the Big Brown?
It was incredible.
Insane. Bruce Buffer said he's never got so many tweets in his life about a fighter. How about that? I see him. He goes, "Is that what you want?" I said, "Yeah, man. That's what the fans said."
I love Bruce. I was only playing with him. He's great at his job. That dude, that guy. I think he's eclipsed his brother. I mean, with his voice, it's
for sure.
time.
He's just yeah. He does a lot more than his brother, right?
Yeah.
Like he's a little more creative, goes a little more.
He's also like in shape. The dude's like 57 and just like works out like a fiend. Like he jumps. You see how high he jumps with his son?
Bro, I was headed to the
midair.
beach. He lives kind of near me, and he's in Malibu all the time. But I was walking to the beach off Washington, in Venice, headed to the beach, and I have my shirt off, and I'm walking with a friend, and there's dead stop traffic. It's the middle of the summer, people everywhere, and I hear honk honk, put a shirt on, bitch. And I look over, and he stopped. He has a green light. People are honking at him. It's Bruce Buffer. Yells, put a shirt on, bitch.
Looking at Big Brown.
Well, what's wrong with you, man? I started laughing. Like, what is wrong with you?
You're not allowed to peacock a little bit?
Tell you what.
Last night, by the way, I also want to say we were having dinner, and it was a nice dinner, and our lovely waitress, Caitlin, who's a friend of ours.
Hey, beat it, nerd. Hey, beat it, nerd.
No. She was saying something, and Brendan goes, "Oh, really? What's your sign?"
Oh, first of all, check this out.
In the Zodiac, bro. What's your sign? And she
no,
goes,
she
"I'm a
said she's more of
Capricorn."
an alpha. No, she said she's a Libra. That would make sense.
Oh, really?
It
I didn't know
makes
you were in the
sense.
Zodiac.
It makes
What's
sense.
your sign? I
Nah,
was like, whoa, over there.
Yeah,
You're
there's
in
a
it.
reason they call me Casanova, my man. You got to know your Zodiac
Do you
signs.
read the? Your
I know a little
horoscope?
bit about him.
You ever been to a psychic or anything?
I haven't. Do you believe in that bullshit?
No, I don't. Don't believe in it.
Sure don't.
Now, when I went
Sure
back,
don't, because I'll tell you what, if they knew what the hell they were doing, they wouldn't be in this shitty ass psychic place.
Well, when
they'd probably win the lotto or something, correct?
when I went bad on your boy, from Ghost Hunters.
Oh, Zach Baggins. That's my boy. Watch your mouth.
I tweeted him and I thanked him for being on the show. Never heard back.
No, he hates you.
He was like, whatever, man.
He's definitely sending demons your way.
Well, I mean, apparently his girlfriend had a tug of war with a purse, and there was nobody
Hey,
on the other
man.
side. It was in the middle. I guess a ghost was pulling on her purse.
Yeah.
And he was dead serious. I kept waiting for the punchline. He was dead serious. Apparently, his girlfriend in the middle of the living room had a tug of war because the ghost was pulling on her purse. So the ghost wanted something in that purse. I didn't know you could use the contents of a purse in the afterlife, but apparently that thing was into mischief. That was a greedy, thieving ghost.
That's my boy, man. You can't hate on him.
No, I'm not hating on him. All I'm doing is reiterating the story I heard. You can go to the archives, Fighter and the Kid.
Now, are you gonna tell Rogan about these shitty tickets we got? He's gonna flip out. He's gonna gonna go crazy.
Yeah, it's such a cluster F for him because he's trying to deal with so many other tickets, so many things that he just puts tickets aside. It's really more the guy. I think the guy who organizes it.
Yo, for sure.
You know, and it's all done last minute, and it's all crazy.
You know what happened is we had tickets, and then they had a seat on them. I could see it was like lower level, and the lady writes on them in marker.
That's weird. I should have come out and gotten you.
Yeah, that'd been nice.
Yeah, that was the way.
You had some new material, huh? People loved it.
Yeah, I'm talented. I'm super talented. And that's what this is about. I will say that watching fighting, once again, I want to say that I'm very happy I'm a comic and not a fighter. I think it's a very difficult job.
It's difficult. I was nervous for this one.
You were nervous, but when you got in the ring, you weren't.
Nope, best I've ever felt.
Wow.
Like my warm-up was good. I was ready to go.
Because you were downright afraid. And I was worried about you. Because when I saw you weigh in,
I'm always that way.
You're just scared.
Yeah.
And then you get in there and you're fine.
I'm cool.
What happens
once I hit the octagon, I'm good. There's just no turning back. It's like I do it all the time. It's 15 minutes. I do it all the time. My cardio was fine. Everything. I was straight, man.
Yeah. What when you guys are in the warming up in the room,
Yeah,
Are
it's
you guys
intense
watching
back
the
there.
other fights?
Oh yeah,
You are.
yeah. Oh yeah. I see almost every fight.
Really?
I watch all the fights. Yeah, it's just watch all the fights. It's me and Roy back there. So me and Roy talking. We're talking about game plans, what he was gonna do, what I was gonna do.
Wow.
I think he should do.
Rory McDonald looked unbelievable.
He's a beast, man. I missed most of the fight, but I heard he's a little beast.
He's
not getting the next title shot though, right? To give it to Robbie or winner of Matt Brown, right?
I mean, he fought such an incredibly smart fight. He got right in Tyron Woodley's grill, and Tyron Woodley, is an explosive fighter and is really good at coming forward. He was like, "Well, I'm going to move you backwards. I'm going to keep." Every time Tyron Woodley would bring his hands up, he'd kick him in the stomach and then punch him in the face, or did these weird like Taekwondo things where he'd kick him low and then go high. I'd never seen that. I was like, that's like it feels like a risky move.
Roy's a little beast, man.
He's a beast, man. He's so unpredictable and is able to mix it up. But by far the best fighter I've ever seen in some ways in the octagon for me.
In person?
Well, he's one of them. But for me, as far as somebody who can change things up on a level, I just can't believe. It feels like he's improvising as DJ, as Demetrius Johnson.
He's a beast.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
And I didn't see DJ's fight. I was at the hospital getting checked out. What was weird is you think doctors would see this stuff all the time. Is this is bad. I'm gonna be like, bro.
Is that what he said?
Keep it professional, would you? It's a couple stitches, amigo.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Oh, God, this is bad. Lay down.
Oh, man. What are you, exhausted, bro? Like, take it easy over there.
There's always a moment after fight, win or lose, man, where just the adrenaline stops, just kind of hits you what you're doing. I just started crying, man. I was on the table crying, yeah. And this doctor would not shut the fuck up.
He was probably nervous. He has this giant on his table weeping.
You know what? And this is me being more mature. I was about to destroy everything in the office. I was about to literally break everything in the office. I didn't know what to do. I was so frustrated.
You were so frustrated with
your
energy. Coming down on that is crazy. That's scary. Having a weeping giant destroy everything in your office.
Yeah,
guys, there's a weeping giant in my office destroying everything. Did somebody feed him meat? He's raging.
I was about to freak out, man.
Is there a sedative can we pump a gas in there? I'm not going in there with this is the conversation. Guys, there's a weeping giant. He's really sad but really angry, and he's
get over here ASAP.
Everything.
We got issues.
We can't put a syringe in him. He'll actually kill everybody. Is there a gas we can pump into the room to put him to sleep? Can we sedate him with a gas? Anybody have any laughing gas we can pump under the door?
Yeah, it was interesting. My boy Timmy showed up.
Tim Tebow looking
and my boy
good.
Robbie, his brother Robbie came.
His brother's a stud too.
Yeah, his brother's a stud.
Well,
his brother's a really good athlete too.
I believe it. His brother's every bit as big. However, I was talking to Tim before your fight. He was very nervous, and he looks great. And I was kind of I was talking him down because he was so nervous.
He's never been to a UFC fight.
Yeah.
Said he probably wouldn't come again.
And by the way,
he's too nervous.
And by the way, let me tell you. I want to say something to the fans. When he's shown on the jumbotron, and people are
how
booing
ridiculous
him,
is that?
Booing him.
Is it because he got turned down? A CFL contract, maybe?
He's a great guy. You don't get to be a nicer person than that guy. He's a fantastic person.
You know how when people say you have an issue and he goes, I'll pray for you, man. He's the guy that literally goes home and prays for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's that good of a guy.
And not only that, I just want to say that he turned. I was talking to his brother, and he turned, and I got a chance to take in his rump and legs. I got a chance to look at those thighs.
It's like nothing you've ever seen. His legs are. There's a reason why he was trucking kids in the SEC.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. He's got an ass and legs on him. He's got a. I mean,
he's like a horse.
It'd be more at home on a Clydesdale horse.
100%.
It's like, hey Tim, what happened? You got some horse gene in you?
When him and I lift together, it's leg day. I literally dread it.
I know. I was like
so strong.
I think he told me. I said, "What do you squat?" He goes, "I don't know. I think I can do like 450 for 10." Huh?
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane, man.
He's just ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Couldn't look better. And it's all proportioned. I'm very jealous of the way he looks.
He should be.
He's a beautiful man.
Good looking dude.
Yeah, and he's got a chain with a cross. It makes me want to start wearing a cross. I might become a Christian. Now, I want to piggyback that comment on I saw the nicest ass.
This can be the same story.
Yeah.
It's Thursday, and I don't like to be in the hotel during fight week. I like to walk around, see the city, kind of get out.
And so I could let me frame it.
Let me frame it.
You and I saw the nicest ass we've ever seen.
Hands down.
Vancouver.
Hands down.
We saw the nicest set of legs and ass we've ever seen.
Hands down.
In our lives.
I am walking back from getting coffee with my team, and I see a full block away a group, and I turn to my coach. I go, look at the ass on that one. Mm-hmm. Everyone looks, everyone's like, what the heck?
And then,
Not talking about a girl right now.
No, and by the way,
this dude
but before you go
was
on,
wearing some sweats.
yeah,
And it was a full-blown blowout ass apple bottom. And
Apple
these sweats
bottom.
were hanging on for dear life.
Couple
It was
of-
like you spray painted them on.
Couple honeydew melons. Take couple honeydew melons. Stretch some gray cotton over them. And now you understand what I'm talking about. With some apple thighs.
Apple thighs.
You got some minced apple and cinnamon. You got some baked minced apple and cinnamon with those thighs.
I thought, it's Phil Heath. It's the Mr. Olympia. It's Phil Heath.
Sure.
This guy is.
And by
If
the way,
he freaks out, we're all in trouble.
oh my God, I saw
including
him-
me. If this guy freaks out on the streets of Vancouver, we're all screwed.
I'm with Tony Hinchcliffe, and we're standing in the security line, and I see, and that's where I saw the apple bottom. It's not an apple bottom. You got to call it a honeydew. It was honeydew melons, couple honeydew melons, bunched up like so much.
Couple
beef.
of honey baked
And
hams.
I guarantee he's got himself a Cuban cigar. And that's
He's
a hint.
back in heat.
That's a hint.
He's back in
That's
heat.
a hint as
Cuban
to who
cigar.
it is. That's a hint as to who we're talking about.
Well, as we get closer, I go, holy shit,
Yeah,
that's Hector Lombard.
that's Hector Lombard.
Hector Lombard.
That's Hector Lombard. and
Woodley,
his-
enjoy that next.
and his lumbar is very, very arched.
Man, that guy is packing heat.
Yeah, his.
I mean,
we
I
gotta
was
change
like-
his nickname to Hector Cheeks Lombard. I would love to have a body like that. I couldn't be more jealous. He's got that. He is just talk about built for war. Talk about built for war. He's a beautiful man.
I don't even know what to say. I was almost speechless. And then on the elevators in the hotel were awful. It took forever to get on. Everyone loads on the elevator, and Hector's in front of me. He gets on, turns around. There's like this little spot next to him. And I just go, you're too big, bro. I'll wait for the next one. And then just stared at his legs as the elevator closed the door. I think he hates me.
Listen,
I don't
man,
know.
that guy. I would hate to be 170 in the 170
Oh,
pound division.
how are we gonna beat this guy?
I don't know how you
What
beat
are we
that
gonna
guy.
do?
That's terrifying.
At 170, what are we doing?
Oh, terrifying. Because he can hit, kick, and wrestle like nobody's beeswax.
How you got that? How about I just don't. I don't know what you do with him. I don't know what you do with this guy.
I want to see that. I want to see him fight Johnny Hendricks.
If he gets the right matchups, he will. Yes, definitely get a title shot.
Tyron Woodley and Hector is going to be.
That's a great fight. I'm not saying that's happening. I'm just saying I could see it happening because Hector's ranked, higher, and then Woodley just lost, and he's number 3, so I can see that happening.
I don't see. I mean, if that does happen, people say, well, whoever gasses first, blah blah blah.
I think Rory would beat him.
Well, the reason that Rory may beat him in 3 rounds, certainly
It'd be
5
a
rounds.
fiver. It'd be a
If
fiver.
it's a fiver, I'm betting on Rory. Because I think Rory has proven that he can survive the onslaught, although he's dealing with a very different wrestler.
Rory has
in the
the
clinch,
prototypical perfect body for a welterweight.
It's crazy, right?
He's big. It's not a horrible cut for him.
Right.
He's long. Mm-hmm. He's athletic, obviously.
And he doesn't gas. He's got that extra tank for the 4th and 5th round.
Well, he learned when he fought Carlos Condit, where he kind of gassed out and lost. He's won the whole fight and then lost because he was exhausted.
Yeah.
So since then, he's been on, man.
Well, what does he do against Lombard in the clinch when Lombard can throw you like that?
Lombard won't get there with him.
Really?
Look at Woodley.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just he's not going to allow him to get there. Good luck getting past that jab.
It's so crazy. That jab is amazing, and the kicks, and it's just it's the way he mixes it all up. He's unpredictable.
Either way, that guy, and it was a little weird to see a dude that caliber of an apple bottom. I'm telling you, if you're going to the UFC Expo, the kid and I will be there doing a Fire and the Kid podcast.
Yeah. Joe Rogan's going to make a
guest appearance. It'll be a good one.
On the podcast.
If you have the chance to check out Hector Lombard, take a picture. Take a pic with that monster.
Yeah, he's a stud.
He's a stud.
I got Hector Lombard. I actually.
How about in Vancouver? We don't know the place. We just use Yelp to tell us where we're gonna go get breakfast. Mm-hmm. So we look. This place has 4 out of 5 stars. It's called an Elbow Room. Mm-hmm. Cool, sweet. So we walk down. There's a couple blocks down. I'm looking around, I'm like, man, because Vancouver's known for its girls, right? There's the ratio guys to girls. There's girls everywhere. You saw them. There's girls everywhere. Yeah. However, on the street, there were no girls. I was like, damn, there's a lot of dudes around this street. It's a little weird. Right. We walked in this restaurant, gay flag, right? There's a gay flag hanging up, which is whatever. I could care less. Mm-hmm. But I was with my coaches. It's me and 3 dudes.
Got some good-looking guys there.
Good guys.
Hannah Gracie's a stud.
Bro,
Tony's
check
a
it.
Stud.
I'm wearing a deep V. I'm wearing a deep white V.
Wow.
Tony's in a tank top.
And this is post.
Tony's in a this is pre-fight.
This is
This is pre. This is Wednesday. So I'm a dime piece myself.
Top of your game.
Top of my game.
I mean,
nice brown skin.
238.
238.
Long
shredded
mongoose
brown
neck.
skin.
Oh, beautiful.
What are we
skin.
doing?
Yeah.
Blowout ass, kind of. Not like well, when you looked at compared to Hector, I got Mr. Burns' ass. Compared to
gonna
Hector
say,
Lombard, my ass looks like Mr. Burns.
Couple boards.
Couple straight
Yeah.
beef jerky pieces back there.
That's true.
Anyways, so we go in this restaurant. I wish I could paint the picture. It was so flamboyant. Right when we walk in, this guy goes, "Oh, hey, boys. Oh, my word. What are you doing in here?" And I was
he
like,
from the South?
Yeah, he was. No, he
Okay.
was. He was
All
from
right.
the South. So then we sit down. And he goes, "Ooh, are you on the menu too?" And I'm like, damn, this is intense. Whatever, feeling a little uncomfortable. And then,
you on the menu?
yeah, you're on the menu too. And then Tony goes, Tony's from England. He's a rough guy, grew up on the street. So Tony's not used to this stuff. Tony's very uncomfortable. Tony goes, "Oh, I'll take number 4, eggs, bacon, hash browns." And he goes, "You want your eggs hard or soft? You like it hard or soft?" Tony goes, gets so flustered. So I burst out laughing.
I don't know, man.
I burst out laughing. He goes, just poached eggs. Poached eggs to do. I go, "Bro, don't change your order. You don't even eat poached eggs. Just order your eggs how you want them." He goes, I guess I'll take them over easy. And the guy goes, "Ooh, easy." Oh, God. And I ordered coffee, and he goes, "You want some cream with that?" I'm like, "Damn, bro, take it down a notch, huh? Take it down." Did we go back the next 3 days? Sure did. We sure did. Sure did. The food was so good. The food was. I have zero issues with it. No one. It was actually entertaining. It took my mind off the fight. It was actually pretty
Yeah,
entertaining.
because it's not. They're not coming at you with fight energy. They're coming at you with sexual energy. You can deal with
But and the guy knows there's no chance, so it's just kind of like
Soft
whatever.
energy,
Yeah,
soft
it was just it's a good getaway.
You need that. They say Tank Abbott used to go to gay bars because he knew he was never going to get in a fight. It was just more relaxed.
I don't know if we can confirm that. That's on Bryan. I'm not saying Tank Abbott rolls in gay bars.
I just heard that. I actually read that he said that, so that was a long time ago. I don't want any trouble with Tank. That guy scares the shit out of me.
That guy will literally pull up to Fox Sports and beat the shit out of you. He has nothing to do besides beat the hell out of you right now.
Yeah, that guy's scary, man. I've met him way back in the day, and I was just looking at him going, that because he's a big guy who
I don't know if he is at gay bars, my man. I don't know if I'd throw that out there.
Hey, just kidding. Who said that? Oh, we had somebody else coming in there. That's crazy talk. Listen.
I got an interesting call this morning. I got a call from Urban Meyer, the head coach of Ohio State. They want me to come in and give the team a little pep talk.
What sport?
That'd be football, Ohio State football. They're a national powerhouse, one of the best football teams of all time. No, football. Urban Meyer, world famous coach.
Oh, Urban
one of the best
Meyer.
coaches ever.
Yeah, sure.
So in August, I think it's August 11th, I'm heading up to Ohio State to give those boys a little pep talk for the season.
Wow.
Good chance to win the national championship too.
What are you gonna say to him?
I don't know. Got to come up with I tell my story about them messing my name up on the jersey and expecting to win and expectations, stuff like that.
Right.
So
okay,
should be interesting.
I like that.
Pretty cool when you get a call from Urban Meyer though.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, man.
I don't watch college football, but it's a big deal.
You have no idea, huh? Do you? You have no idea
really
about
don't.
football.
I watch pro football, but I don't. And I'm soured to pro football now that I'm hearing about all the head injuries. I can't help it. I didn't watch as much football.
That makes sense. But do you love watching UFC and boxing?
Yeah, that's a problem.
You don't think there's more head trauma?
There
It just
probably
hasn't
is.
come out yet,
I
my
would
man.
imagine there is.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Did you have a headache after the fight?
Yes.
You did.
I was concussed, yes.
You were concussed.
In the second round, he caught me behind the ear and it wobbled me.
Oh.
I just didn't show it, and I walked straight to my corner. But if you see, I was walking towards the wrong corner, and I caught right away. I'm like, oh, shit, that's the wrong corner, and turned to the left and sat down on the stool, and I was a little out of it for probably, 40 seconds. 40 seconds.
How often does that happen to you in practice?
Never.
It never happens to you in practice.
Never.
Because
it only happens then.
Because you guys are not going full?
No, guys go full all the time. It's very rare.
You also have headgear and stuff?
No. Listen, for Christ's sakes, listen. When I came up from a takedown, and it was like a elbow or his forearm or something hit me right behind the ear. Like it just doesn't happen a lot in practice.
Did he feel ridiculously strong? Because I've never seen you get grabbed and thrown against a fence like that. But you were kind of letting yourself, he looked stronger.
So the thing is, the game plan was, if you look at the way Arlovski fights, it's a podcast, so I kind of got to talk about it. It was getting really old. Yeah, and we talked about this for about 4 hours last night,
Yep.
Bryan. So thank you for bringing this up.
People want to know, and it's
yeah.
interesting.
So no, the thing is, in most fights, all his takedowns are against the cage. He goes for an outside trip. He went for it once and have a prayer and getting it. He went for it once, and we were banking on doing that, and then I was gonna chain wrestle off that. That's what I was waiting for.
Right. What does that mean? Chain wrestle off that?
So when he goes for a trip, then I go for my takedown. He's gonna defend that, and it's one after another, like double leg to single leg back to double leg, flare double leg, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, that's my fault for waiting there. It really is. And he did nothing. I landed more strikes in the clinch.
You had more
Again,
respect.
if you look at the numbers.
Had more respect for his
too much
takedown
respect for him.
defense than you should have.
Way more, way more. Because you see, I just blast him in the third round, and that that was a decent shot, but nothing crazy. Yeah, so the game plan was footwork, especially in the first round. He slows down as the second, third round go on, and I usually get better.
Yeah.
That is just
your cardio and stuff.
Always, yeah, and everything, footwork, everything gets better as the fight goes on. So, with him, the first round was to move because he usually comes out aggressive. So when he wasn't doing that, it was just like, all right. And then feinting the shot. Usually when you feint a shot, Arlovski flies back, so it sets up a three-piece combo we've been working on.
Yeah,
he stayed still. He didn't move. He didn't move at all, which is just weird. And that might be nerves. That might be whatever it is. So that it just mixed up the time a little bit. And that's my fault. Again, that's my fault.
For not adjusting?
For not adjusting. Shouldn't have kept doing that and just throwing right hands. That was just, bad on my part.
It's so interesting. That's a huge part is adjustment. You know?
Listen, we can talk about the decision and the judges till we're blue in the face. I 100% take responsibility. I should have finished the fight. And there's things I could have done different to definitely been more decisive in the fight win the fight. Did I win the fight? 100%, without question. I could have done more to make it 30-27 for sure.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's on me. That's all on me. As far as changes, stuff like that, listen, we're not – and this is the issue I have. Every single friend or person that has my number is close to me is telling me, man, what are you going to do? Change it up. What are you going to do? We won this fight. If the judges decide to do it 30-27, no one's saying this. After Mitrione fight, no one was saying things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, you always got to make changes.
You just said what you're going to do.
You always got to make changes. You always got to make. I'm always trying to get better.
And sometimes those changes have to come in the middle of the fight. You just said it. I mean, sometimes you got to adjust your.
I got to adapt.
Work on a game plan.
Yeah.
It's not happening because the guy isn't playing into your game plan. You've got to make an adjustment, and that's where the work has to come in.
Yep.
I mean, you see that in football all the time. Some coaches can adjust to in real time. They had a game plan. It's not going that way, and you got to change it up. I think everything is that way.
Yeah, for me, it's just frustrating, but it's onwards and upwards, man. Yep. I don't know any different. Yep. I don't know any different, but to get back to training and just this is what I do, man. This is what I do. Yep. This is it. This is it. Went to the judges. I got screwed in a decision. I probably should have done more to make it clear. That's on me. Yeah. That's on me. I'll be fine. I'm gonna be fine. Listen, you're crazy if you don't think I can still make a shot for the title. You know what I'm saying? I'll be fine, man. Yep. I'm gonna fight sooner. As soon as this clears, I'm gonna ask for a fight. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, very soon. I'm gonna fight. We'll forget about this.
You'll be back
we'll forget about this. Yeah.
The more you fight,
that's the
sport.
Better, right?
That's
the sport, man. You're only as good as your last fight. Yeah. And as far as the naysayers and criticism, stuff like that, that's what you sign up for. That happens. It's just part of the sport, So that doesn't really bother me. Listen, when I knocked out Mirko Krokop, I got negative comments. When I beat LeVar Johnson, of course, I got negative comments. When I beat Matt Mitrione and didn't get touched, I got negative comments. Yeah. No matter what you do, you're gonna get criticized. That's part of the game. Yeah. That's what you sign up for. Mm-hmm. And this is serious, Brendan. Here, I've never, and I'm trying not to get emotional here. I've never got so much love in my life since this fight.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's very emotional for you. Why?
Just is, man. I put so much into it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's all right. I appreciate you crying. I mean, you're a pussy, but I mean, I appreciate it. Don't ever cry.
Thank you for that.
No, I think it's great.
Great. You know what? It's just
Look
it's
at
just
how much
it's
you put
weird.
Into it. The fact that
you know what? In the second round, I was a little tired. I thought I lost the first. I knew I won the second, and Henner goes, Schaub, you have to win this third, take him down, win this third. And I took him down, win that third. I swear on my life, what I thought about was all the support I got from this podcast. I swear to God, that's awesome, what I thought about.
That's awesome. Listen, man, it's a beautiful thing to see. What I really appreciate is, and one of the things I love about you, and one of the things I find very inspiring, is to see how hard you work, and how you put everything on the line. It takes a lot of courage, and you get emotional because I think part of that is just the fact that this matters and means so much to you. And it's pretty awesome.
I care so much. It just, it's tough.
It's hard.
It's tough.
It's hard. And all you do is react. All you can do is react. Speaking broadly and philosophically, I just think life, if you want to get good at anything, is a constant readjustment. It's looking at yourself with clear eyes. It's readjusting, and it's a very hard slog. And if you don't have people around you that love you and support you, I don't think anybody does anything alone. I really don't.
No.
You can try.
Yeah, you can try. It's not worth it.
Who wants to? Who the hell wants
I'll tell you
to?
what was crazy is before my fight, I work out the morning of, and I go to this gym, and there's a dad with his 2 kids playing. I sat there and watched them for about 30 minutes. It's crazy to me. This dad is playing soccer with his kids, and these kids are so damn good, and the dad's just, he's not taking it easy on this kid. The kid was probably maybe 7 and 9. These little freaks, man, these little 2 athletes. I was just watching that like, that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. There's a bigger picture. The knowledge I'm going to have to pass on to my kids, it's crazy, insane. This dad, we're making I made a joke. I was like, geez, take it easy on the kids. And he goes, watch when I can't take it easy. I'm trying to teach you. I can't take it easy. Watch how good they are. And he's dead right. He can't take it easy. These little dudes were that good, man. Yeah. It was just crazy to see. Crazy to see. It was cool. It's cool. What's weird to me is how clear things get, like what you want in life and what your pursuit is and what all this stuff means the week of the fight. Because there's no rawer form of competition or rawer form of just life and being human than fighting. Yeah. There's just not, man. Yeah. There's nothing like it. You have these nerves. It's crazy intimate. Yeah. And you got this team around you. Man, it was a blast. When I think back to last week, that was so fun, man. I was there with 3 of my best friends, my coaches. You came to town. Rogan, of course, is there. Even though he works there, he would have came here if he didn't work.
Yeah, we wore the Team Brown shirts.
Yeah, Team Schaub.
And I'm Team.
We got to make big brown shirts. That's what we need to do.
I wore the shirt, and I came off stage after a half hour, and it was sweaty. And Joe goes, "Damn it, you're so sweaty." I go, "I know. Yeah, I don't blame you if you don't want to wear it." He goes, "Fuck it, give me that shirt." And he squeezed into it. Joe's 197, I'm 168, and he just squeezed into that medium, and he's like, "I'm wearing it." It was so awesome. I love it. I love it. Wore my sweaty shirt, and by the time he got off stage, that thing was sopping. We took it.
You guys had to throw it away.
I took it and put it in a plastic bag. I found a plastic bag, a garbage bag, put it in there, and kept it. And then I was like, I'm not going to wash that. Yeah, we'll get another one. I threw that away. Yeah.
Go ahead and toss that one away.
I probably could have sold that on eBay. Joe Rogan sweat with mine. It started with me, worn by Bryan Callen, and then Joe Rogan, who's got a following like I just can't believe.
I think that's the biggest thing that I'm just disappointed is the Fire and the Kid Army, the Big Brown fans. We'd have nothing to celebrate now. You know what I'm saying? It's like the name change of Big Brown was so fun and all this stuff. We just have it's just like this shitty taste in your mouth. Listen, it's just like ugh.
It's one fight. You're going to be back. You got more fighting to do. So I just believe. I told you yesterday. I said to you at dinner. I go, we're not going to talk. We're going to have this out. We're going to talk this out. We're talking it out on this podcast. We talked about it at dinner. Then we're not going to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it so much anymore. The idea is to go, that happened, and all that matters is how I'm going to learn about it. What am I going to learn from it, and where do we go from here? That's the idea. And there's again, you have to be careful about how you talk about something, how you talk about it. You don't want to get negative about it. You learn some lessons, and it's all good, and you've talked about those lessons, but it's also important to kind of look forward to the future and to think
that's all you can do.
You got better from this.
That's all you can.
You got better. You're a better
shit, man.
All the way around. You're better. You're better now.
Well, like Tony Jeffrey said, we were talking about the positive after the fight. If you look from training camp with Mitrione. Then I was supposed to fight him in Seattle, got canceled. Then they rescheduled to 3 months later, so I did another camp. And I fought Matt. That fight lasted 4 minutes. So I've basically only had one round in the past year and a half.
That's not enough.
And then you go with yeah, it's just not enough. So with Arlovski, I got my 3 rounds in. We saw my cardio. We saw things I definitely need to do better and stuff like that, especially if you're going to compete with these top 5 guys. So that's the positives, man.
The other positive is that Demetrius Johnson he may be 5'3", but he had 4, I think maybe even 5 of the hottest blondes in Vancouver.
He's married.
He's married, so they were his wife's friends, I guess.
I'm sure.
And
his wife is the blonde. His wife's probably one of those hot blondes.
Okay, well,
it's her friends.
Listen, man, God bless him.
Yeah, his wife is
way taller.
Yeah,
and she's a real looker.
Listen, you're not the
so
champ rolling around with warlocks.
Very impressive. And
that just doesn't happen.
They were in the octagon after he won, standing in a line, waiting to congratulate him.
That's what happens when you're the champ.
Pimp! You pimp!
That's what happens when you're the champ.
Did
Sasso have fun at the fight?
Sasso had a blast.
Did he?
He had a blast. And again, I have to say, I mean, he's awe-inspiring. His fight, his technique, his ability to change it up is awe-inspiring. I've actually never seen.
No one's
going to
beat him.
It's
I don't see anyone
incredible.
beating him. Yeah,
it's incredible.
And he's too small to kind of go up in weight. It's like, what do you do? What do you do if you're him? Yeah, he's
125.
Just running the damn thing.
5'3", maybe.
What's weird is though he just doesn't the public whatever, they just don't gravitate towards the lighter weights. They just don't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the numbers, but they just don't gravitate towards lighter guys.
It's always been that way, right?
I mean, Floyd Mayweather's such a spectacle, and boxing is a little different, but he's very small.
Mm-hmm.
But Mighty Mouse even smaller than him. But people it's too bad too, because he's the most technical, one of the most talented guys in the world. Yeah, and they just don't.
And Matt Hume, who is his coach, is obviously
the mad scientist.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what was a little weird for me is Greg Jackson coaching against me.
Yeah, that must be very strange, huh?
Yeah, it was a little different.
Because you guys, I mean, you've known him for how long did you train?
Since my very first fight, he cornered me, and I didn't even know him either. He was just like, my coach was too busy with other guys, and Greg came over to him and was like, "Hey man, let's go walk out to the ring. Let's talk about things." And I was like, "Holy shit, this is Greg Jackson. Take him under his wing right now."
That's great, man.
That's what
Greg's a great guy.
So yeah, it was a little weird, but I didn't hear his coach in between rounds. It would be interesting to see, because when I trained with him and trained with Arlovski, you're talking almost 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, so completely different. Arlovski was completely different.
In what sense?
I could hear he literally, when we would train together, he was a demon, man. That's why I was so nervous. Our rounds in Jackson's, people would stop and watch because we would go at it toe to toe. It was tough to get an edge on each other.
Wow.
That's why I was so nervous. So we go back and forth, but he was always coming forward, aggressive, crazy aggressive, always coming forward. I back then I didn't have the wrestling and jiu-jitsu that I do now. It was good, but not like it is now. And I think it was nerves for him, and I could hear Greg going, "Press forward, go forward, let your hands go, press forward."
You could hear him say that.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I listen to the other corner usually. I can hear both. I get both. So I hear him go, "Press forward, let your combination go." Kicks there. He threw one kick, and I said to myself, all right, he throws another kick, I'm going to knock him out. Throws another kick, I'm going to time it, knock him out. And he just never threw it. Yeah. So if I don't know if they mic'd up Greg, if you could watch Andrei and Greg and their communication, what Andrei did, he wasn't listening to the corner at all. Not in the least bit.
It was also interesting when you had him on the ground, he just sat there with his legs around your waist and he didn't do anything. He just felt,
I'll tell you what, I wish, I don't know how you would show this, but I felt him just give up. Just concede to that he lost the fight.
Oh man!
I could just feel him just go, oh,
damn,
and just give up. And then I was like, oh, this is it's over.
Wow.
And that's why I could just stay there and pound it on him. And when I felt him just give up and relax and let go, I'm like, oh, he's conceding to the fight. It's over. So then that's why I started hammer fisting. And I knew he was all he wants to do is get to his feet, stand up, kick off, and get to his feet.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna, keep hammer fisting and do that, and then try and knock him out. But yeah.
Okay. Should we take some fan questions?
Let's take some fan questions. Let's lighten this thing up. What you got, Evan the Beard?
Hold
on. Let's just say, Evan the Beard has made it. The Fire and the Kid podcast has made it.
Yeah.
1, when you get a stand ovation at Joe Rogan's sold out show. 2, when you got the #1 ranked sports podcast. And 3, when Evan the Beard, the producer of Fire and the Kid, got a dick pic. Got his first dick pic, everybody.
But, oh, what a dick pic!
I sure did.
I want to shake that.
I'll
guy's
tell you
hand.
what.
That's a
I'll
piece.
tell you what. He popped your cherry and sent you a nice, pretty young Cuban cigar dick pic.
That guy's a heavyweight. That guy's got a loafer down there. That's a loafer.
That guy sent you a straight dick pic, a straight banana bread.
That's an Italian loafer. That you could fit that thing into an Italian loafer, and you probably wouldn't. You'd need a shoehorn to get it in there. That guy's got a piece on him. Congratulations. And I believe his name is what? What is his name?
I don't know if we can put his name. Let's not put his name. Let's
No?
just get his first name. Let's just get his first name. We're not going to blast this thing
He
out.
laid it on the
I don't want. Maybe he doesn't want this all out
Okay,
there.
that's fine,
He laid on the. It literally looks like a
On the
brown.
sink.
It looks like a brown iguana is crawling into the drain.
That's right.
what it looks like.
It's on a porcelain white sink, and it's a wonderful brown. It's an off brown.
It looks like it's an off brown.
he's-
It looks like a very tan iguanas crawling in the sink,
Yeah.
and two giant beetles sitting on the side watching them crawl into the tank.
Yet I can't. I don't know what his ethnicity is. Could be black, could be white, could be just brown.
It could be an alien with that thing.
Either way, I would love to shake his hand. Congratulations, and maybe even poke that thing just with a finger.
You know
one
what?
finger.
I
Never saw it coming.
had 27 private messages. If they're from guys, sorry dudes, I don't even look at them because I assume they're dick pics.
Don't
My buddy-
open the one from Mr. Ratburn on Instagram. That's gonna be a prize hog coming your
There you
way.
go.
A prized hog,
Mr. Radford.
a greased up brown iguana.
My buddy Chris D'Elia said, dudes, 100% stop direct messaging me. All dudes.
Well, I don't get it. Is it really the way to go? I guess maybe in the gay community, blasting out these dick pics, they probably all into
Why
it.
not?
However, most girls aren't trying to see that. Let me do you a
If I
solid
had a
here.
piece like that, I would be sending it as a Christmas card. I'd literally be like, Merry Christmas, everybody. I know you're friends with my parents, but fuck it.
I know you're friends with my parents.
This
You've
is
earned
me.
it. You've earned it.
You guys have earned it.
You've earned it.
You know what? You're welcome. Just a piece stretched over porcelain. You've earned it with maybe some baby's breath around
And a little mistletoe, like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
on the
just a
side.
little, like maybe some
Merry
oregano.
Christmas.
Maybe even oregano. I might even just lay it to be gross over a ham.
Well, then it's confusing. Then it's like,
Don't
why is
care.
there sausage on the ham for Christmas? That's weird. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I just appreciate that he went the extra mile with it. Left a nice little caption there for the fighter, just in case I wasn't sure. For the fighter and the kid. #hog.
God bless him, man.
He sent it to both of you. I was expecting one of you to say something right
He wanted to
away.
make sure
Listen,
he
man.
saw it.
Oh, he got our attention.
Oh yeah.
Sir,
Sir,
duly noted.
Sir, you know what? You five minutes of our podcast is devoted to your piece. Well done. You know what? There it is.
Seriously, though, don't send us anymore, man. That's it. We won't talk about him
You send
anymore.
us a couple more. I mean,
No.
provided it's juxtaposed to something else. Like I'd like to see it against like a phone as big as mine. The Samsung
You know how
Galaxy.
in ridiculousness when they're like, please don't send any photos or videos of you performing these sketches. Don't send us any dick pics. They will not be put on the podcast.
Yeah, or they.
Yeah. Yeah,
Except for this one.
girls, go ahead and send the pics. However, this guy,
Please.
you deserve it.
Yeah.
You've earned it, my man.
Earned it.
Enjoy
Well
your
done.
5 minutes.
Well
That means
done.
I've arrived.
Evan
Evan Baird
arrived.
has arrived.
All right, let's move on.
All right, let's jump into this first one. And this
Fan
one's from,
questions.
Hey, you got to do your little fan question song. You do it every time.
Fan questions. Fan questions. Fish and giggles. Fish and
Very
giggles.
bad. You're not a good singer.
I'm a great singer.
Bad questions. All right, let's go.
I think we've hit pretty much everything Arlovski we could possibly do, so I'm going to keep these a little bit light.
Okay.
This one's from at Brown Cornelius. Has Callan ever considered orchestrating a one-man fighter and the kid themed hour-long musical?
That'd be awesome.
It'd take a lot of work, and I'm just a little busy right
A
now.
little busy.
Yeah.
Something you should consider, though.
Yeah, I will.
I feel like we need to create a jingle for the start of every show, and then you go in your private song.
All right, we can do that.
We do that.
All right.
This one's coming from at Jesse James Love. Hey, Big Brown, any bona fide Canadian chicken head stories from Vancouver?
No.
But besides the chicken heads, the gay chicken heads that I met at that restaurant. That was about it. Those are some straight up chicken heads. I definitely got hit up on Twitter and Instagram by some straight up Canadian maple syrup chicken heads that were just trying to find out where I was, what hotel, where's the after party. Just relentless.
Yeah, the after party was in the hospital.
Relentless. You got to appreciate the pursuit of a chicken head.
Yeah.
It's relentless, man.
Relentless.
You gotta appreciate it, man.
You know, God bless.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. Where you saw some straight Canadian maple leaf dime pieces was that Rogan's show.
Oh,
what?
God, I bet.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I bet. He's got a crazy.
What's weird to me is when I'm sitting in the crowd and the guy's like, yo, bro, we take a picture of my girl, man. And she's just this smoke show. It's all sure.
Sure, I will.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
You against my girl.
I'll tell you what I'm never gonna do in my life. If I have a girl, I don't care who it is. It could be Obama. I do not give a shit.
Guy
You're
who's
not
way
taking
better
a
looking.
picture.
Hey, elite athlete, way better looking than me. Can you take a picture? Can you grab my girl, pull her against?
Can you
so
get
I
my
can
girl
a
and show her
picture?
what she could have? Is that cool with you? And then what we'll do is just kind of Photoshop your face out and put mine in, I guess, when we get home.
Have you ever had a girl like kind of stroke your back while you're getting a picture like that?
Bro. Brosive.
Really?
Amigo.
Really?
Yeah. No, usually at the fan expos.
Really?
People wait in line forever and be like, oh, bro, my girl loves you, man. You're her freaking favorite. Ever since The Ultimate Fighter, which was 6 years ago.
Does she fiddle her bean?
Ever since The Ultimate Fighter, you're her favorite, man. She has the biggest crush on you. Out comes freaking Smoke Show McGee. I'm like, what? Wow. Why would you tell me this, man? Jeez. Why did you guys wait in line for this?
Let me borrow her.
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, cool, man.
How big of a fan is she? What's that mean?
What are we talking about?
Do you hear? I'll be right out. Is that your vibrator again, honey? Are you watching the old reruns of
Ultimate Fighter?
Ultimate Fighter? No.
I know you got some chicken heads and
Yeah. Well, you come off stage, but I'm also, for me it's like more personality. You're funny. Yeah,
Yeah, because you're so old. It's kind of like your personality kind of.
It's
kind of like your person. What are they gonna say? It's not like.
Yeah.
It's not like you're peacocking.
Yeah, but I have a.
You're not gonna peacock.
But I'll take my shirt off right now.
You could take it off right now. It's not like you're a Hector Lombard. We walk into a bar and everyone stops and stares at your ass.
I got a cute ass though. For a comedian, I do all right. I got a nice little ass on me.
Yeah.
I like saying it like that.
It's weird.
I honestly do. Just between you and me, I got an ass on me.
It's weird. I'll tell you what else is weird when we're talking about chicken heads is the request you get. The request you get. When you're a black belt in chicken heads, you've seen it all. I've even had a chicken head ask if I would fly into her town and pee on her.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, honey. Let me tell you something. It's not gonna be a short drizzle. It's gonna blast you in the face. It's not gonna be fun.
He's got a big
it's
bladder
not
and he
gonna
drinks
be
a lot
fun.
of water and coffee.
It's not gonna be fun at all. That thing's coming full steam like a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
It's gonna sting your eyes. It's gonna sting your eyes.
Yeah. You ever see a racehorse take a pee?
And I hope you've watched a shitload of Dexter because we're gonna need plastic wrap everywhere. We're gonna need it everywhere because this piss is coming in hot.
I gotta piss.
Have you ever had any girl just down to?
I have.
What?
Yeah.
A girl you've dated?
Well, I remember there was somebody was bringing up the fact that some people like to be peed on and peed and
like R. Kelly style.
Yeah.
And that's a legit fetish?
And I said to my girl at the time, I said, why would a girl want that? She goes, I would do that with you. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, just to show you how much I love you. I go, what does that mean? She goes, I go, I know, but some people like drink it. She goes, yeah, whatever. And I went, okay, we'll change the subject now.
You know what? I think if I guess if it was like your girl for years, I guess you're like, all right, it's a little weird. I feel like you'd find that out before.
I don't want their pee in my mouth.
No, you're not peeing on me. That ain't happening.
And
if you ask me to do it, I don't know. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. I might piss on you, but you're immediately gonna get a red flag and ask to leave as soon as that goes down.
Well,
I'm like, oh God, get out of here.
Guys, like when you're in the shower and
it's you know what it is? It's the dominant thing, right?
I guess it's a domination thing.
It would have to
Look,
be.
Sex is whatever goes on. People have their fetishes. You're never gonna it's all over the map.
But a golden shower?
Yeah,
that's another level. I don't get how you do. How's it go down? Literally, you're gonna have to lay plastic down.
Well, what's his name and his girl? They cut each other and drink each other.
Are you talking about Jason Ellis?
Yeah,
that's another level.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. People ask me what's the weirdest interview or show I've ever done. 100% the Jason Ellis show. Him and his girl. I've never heard of this.
Fantastic.
And
They're
listen,
both
Jason, I
fantastic.
love you, man. You know this, bro. I love
that.
Huge supporter of him. The Ellis show, ridiculous, right?
Yeah, great show.
Yes.
And a great couple. They're in love.
They're
dude.
super in love.
He's like
Open
he
relationship.
goes, I'm done. I don't even think they have an open relationship anymore. I think he's like,
No, I think
done.
they do. No, I think he said they do.
Congratulations.
These two cut each other to show each other love. They cut each other.
Look, man.
He said he was in a restaurant, and she cut herself so bad that he dripped it into the coffee, and they drank blood coffee.
Jeez, man, and she's.
I'll tell you what.
Shoot.
I don't know if there's a dime piece on this earth who could force me to cut myself. I mean, I don't know.
I would.
If Oprah Winfrey came up to you and you could get all her money, but you
Listen,
got to stay
man,
with her, would
I'll
you
cut
drink
my-
her
I
blood
just think-
coffee?
I'd just cut myself. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the situation, but if I have to show her that I'm not afraid of a blade, I'll cut myself.
I've never heard anything like that. Next
I like
question.
Saying cut myself.
I've never heard anything like that in my life.
All right, well,
That's
you're-
another
you're a
level.
baby.
You've never done that.
Listen, man, I went to a phase in college. No, I never have.
Have you ever heard of anyone doing it?
Not really.
Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah. Okay. Next one's from Thomas MC93. I'm kind of asking this one as I got to gauge my own competition here. Is Andrei's beard as fruitful and vibrant in person? Oh, and Callan, you deserve a leading role in 2015 next to Denzel Washington.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Nice, man.
You do.
Thank you.
Andrei's beard was pretty epic. At the weigh-ins, he had a lot of chains on, didn't he? Had a lot of chains on.
Yeah.
He had hair sprouting from his
I
shoulders.
was surprised because
There's
he
hair
brings
all
that hair
over.
down.
He does. He said, "Fuck it." He
Yeah,
just said,
yeah.
"Whatever. I'm cool. I'm
mean,
just gonna
he's
come
scary with
as
that
I
hair.
am." That hair's intense.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm like a seal. I have no hair,
And that's
and
how
he's freaking
The
just this
seal and the
beast.
bear. The seal and the bear. It's the porpoise and the bear. I should have been that. That's what it should have been called.
His beard was solid though, Evan. Not as good as
Porpoise.
yours, man.
You're a porpoise with
Not as
feet.
good as
and he was
yours.
a bear.
Thanks, bud.
But he's built for Bulgaria.
It looks
Snow.
like it looks like his nose has been flattened.
Oh, if he has a boxer's nose for sure.
Yeah, like it's flattened. It's more flat than it used to be. I feel. I don't know.
You're probably right.
Still a stunning man. A stunning man and a
Good
good
looking
man.
dude. Yeah,
He's a
great
good guy.
Oh, we talked afterwards, man. And he
He's a
just
good
he goes
guy,
sorry
man.
about the decision. Blah blah blah.
I found
great
when
guy.
they were booing
Phenomenal
him,
guy.
when they were booing him, he goes,
I hate when
guys,
people
please
boo him."
don't boo me, man. I love being here. I missed you. I felt so like it was. I really. He's a good person, man. And I know people say that about him. Like he's
Great
a really
guy.
good guy.
One of the good guys in the sport.
and a warrior, man. And he's been there. He's been in the game for a long time.
That's
All
standard,
due
Bryan.
respect to him.
Yes.
All respect. Okay, who else?
Next question.
This is a quickie. How fast are you looking to fight again? This is from at Diesel951.
I would say fairly soon. You know that I got to heal up this eye. I might have to have surgery on my eye to get the scar tissue taken down, but that's a minor surgery. They don't put you under for that. And then I really from the fight, the only thing my face is swollen. I have the stitches, and I'm dealing with a little bit of a knee issue. But I'd say fairly soon. I'd say end of summer, September maybe. Soon. This isn't. We're not going out like this. So.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit, Brennan.
Yeah.
If Callan needed a kidney and you were the only match, but it meant not fighting anymore, what would you do?
Absolutely
Oh.
not.
Oh
From-
man.
I wouldn't let him.
I mean, he's already on the back nine,
was
so
gonna
it's
say.
kind of like he had a good run. It'd be like
I mean,
Seabiscuit.
Funny,
It was
'cause
a
I've
good
thought
run.
about that. I've thought about like who would I give a kidney to? That's how big my kids. That's it.
You want to give me a kidney, man? I'm way younger than you. I got a lot of living
Hey,
to do.
bro, you find one.
You'll
be
find,
all right.
you'll find
Bro,
one. We'll figure it
Just
out.
hang with the machine. You'll be all right. I'll come visit you.
Just hang with the machine,
bring takeout.
so you can't leave ever. Just hang out
Yeah.
with the machine.
But we'll come visit. We'll have parties. We'll watch fights there.
But besides the family member, it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, come on.
Plus you've had a good life.
I-
You've had a good
my
life.
kidney? And you know what I do? I'd be like, dude, I would, but my kid might need one someday. So I can't.
Oh, I'd make up some crazy
gotta come up with an
excuse. I'm like,
excuse.
bro, listen, I talked to the doc. He said I'm not a match, man. It's weird.
This is what I do.
You're
I
like,
go,
no, he specifically told me only you. I'm like, I know, he just called me. He just called me, bro.
bro, I didn't get your text.
I didn't-
I
what?
would have, but I didn't get your text about the kidney. I didn't get it.
I didn't get it. I've been texting you for a year now. Yeah, so the answer is no. Brian's had a great life, and he's on the back nine, and I have a lot of living to do and a lot of fighting to do, and we just hooked Brian up to the machine, and he would stay in his house and record fighting the kids.
Good question, though. Very
Yeah,
good question.
Great question.
Good one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll jump into this next one. This is you have 2 weapons, 1 vehicle, 1 person, and 1 set of clothes. Zombie apocalypse scenario.
Oh, I love these questions. Hold on.
But this is like a really specific
Ask
one.
me
Yeah,
again.
this is.
Yeah.
This
I
is
like
super
how
specific.
oddly specific this one was. So
Go
you had 2 weapons.
Okay.
So start there. We'll start with the 2 weapons.
Yeah. What do I get?
Zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
2 weapons.
2 weapons are these. I need a shotgun, and I need a samurai sword. Because when you're in close and personal, you got to take heads off. A bullet sometimes isn't going to do it. I guess you got to shoot him in the head. But like a sawed-off shotgun.
I don't know. It takes a little. It's too long. I take a Desert Eagle. Again, close range. Blast him in the face.
Yeah.
Big ass gun.
It's so
you don't
loud,
have.
hurts your ears. You can't hear. The problem is you got to hear. You need your senses, man.
Oh, shotguns are quiet. You're right. What the hell?
That argument collapsed on itself real quick.
Yeah,
That's true.
that was
I think
horrible.
You might need 2 shotguns. One a long barrel, the other a short barrel.
No, I think you're in trouble. It takes too long. I would take a Desert Eagle, and I would take a like old school mafia machine gun. You know,
Oh, those Tommy guns?
Yeah, the Tommy gun. Just mowing them down while Brian's playing grab ass with his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle swords or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, now you get 1 vehicle. What vehicle are you taking?
Oh, well, without question, it's got to be a 4x4 with big wheels. And
What about gas? You're not getting too far.
well, provided you had access to gas and ammunition. I mean, you know.
It's the apocalypse, bro.
It's
That's no guarantee.
And you know what?
the
And you know
apocalypse,
what?
motherfucker.
Then you know what? A horse.
Horse is probably your best bet.
I like
Horse.
that.
Need a horse.
Horse. Well, see, if it's me and Callan, our partners in crime, you're gonna have a horse. I'm gonna have a helicopter, because I'll ride on the back of your horse.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta.
You're not
Oh.
riding. You're not riding on the back of my horse. I don't want your
Are you
hands
on the
around
front
me.
or am I in the back?
I know how to ride, bro.
There's only one horse. We're gonna have to share the damn
Wait,
horse.
You only get 1 vehicle. You said 2.
Well, no, I get a vehicle. You get a vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm taking a 2-man chopper. You're getting the horse.
Bro.
You're gonna be on the ground. I'm gonna be in the air.
The 2-man
However,
chopper lasts-
we run out of gas.
Right.
I'm jumping on the back of your horse.
You're not taking a chopper anywhere.
Yeah, I am.
Unless it's to get away and.
That's
we
what I'm
need
talking
a
about.
boat. We need to be in the middle of the ocean.
That's what we need is a boat.
Yeah.
So are you going boat or horse?
One of us has to have a
Damn.
horse. One of us has to have a horse.
You got to have a boat and a horse.
no. Well,
No, I mean, I don't know.
No, I'll take the boat. You take the horse, but you gotta let me jump on behind you like Hall Notes.
First of all, the horse is going to get eaten if we tether it anywhere.
We're not tethering him. He's running free. We're not gonna do that to the horse.
Yeah.
We're gonna have California
we might
Chrome.
need
We're
two.
gonna have California Chrome
But hold
freaking
on.
dipping out on
Here's
the
the thing about a boat. We could go out in the ocean and sleep. But if they
What about
see you,
food?
you fish. But if they see you out there,
They can't get out
they
there.
swim to you, don't they? Do zombies swim?
No, that's not how it works. They just end up walking on
They
the
just-
ocean floor.
Yeah, and die.
Oh, they do.
Well, do they
Like,
drown?
I don't think they can drown, but
They can't walk.
They can't
It would
swim.
take
They're not-
forever.
not swimming,
Either
that's it.
way, it's not gonna happen.
Ah.
Next question.
All right.
Well, wait a minute.
This is
I
the-
haven't
this is the
answered
last
the
part.
question. What do we do? I'm confused. It depends, man. I guess.
It's
guess
just
if
your
we-
rig.
Look, no. Here's the zombie apocalypse. We obviously have to get from point A to point B. Okay. If that's the case, guess what? Yes, we are. We are for sure on horseback. Go on.
Deal. And this is the last one we'll go into. How do you unwind after a fight? Vacations? What type of leisure activities? What's your post fight? Get it back together deal.
Yeah, I have to stay busy, otherwise I'll go mad. I'm not a guy who can just chill at home, especially after a fight like this. So like today, I've packed my schedule stuff. I packed myself with appearances. I think next week I have an appearance out of town. Then I go to UFC Fight Week, International Fight Week. I'm there Wednesday to Sunday, doing Fire and the Kid, doing appearances for the UFC. I'm all over. I'll go back home to Denver. I just try and stay super busy until I heal and I can go back to training. It's all I think about is training. I go mad. I've had probably 2 hours of sleep since the fight thinking about it. So
Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
Cool. And then I wanted to read off this one last tweet. It's not a question, but I think it kind of sums up how, the support that you got leading up to this fight from, all the Fighter and the Kid fans and the Big Brown fans. And Tim Bruce said, "Most tension I have ever felt as a fight fan. Felt like one of my friends was in the ring. Proud of you."
Love it, man.
That's
Love
awesome.
it. I think that's what's so cool. I think that's what's different about things is the support I get and people feel like they know us because they listen to the podcast,
It's amazing, man.
So
It's a privilege, and I appreciate you being as honest as you are and getting emotional because, You know.
Nah, I got nothing to hide, man.
I think it's awesome. I think it's
Well, this might be the most serious episode of Fire and the Kid we've ever had. It's up there.
It called for it.
Sometimes you got to do it.
But we were funny anyway. Why don't you get a nose ring, bro? All right, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, this has been the Fighter and the Kid.
Fire and the Kid, listen.
I got
Fire and the Kid Army.
Yeah.
Team Big Brown. I love you guys. Looking forward to the next one. Appreciate the support. You guys get me through the day. Love you. We're out.